The Israel-Iran war has raged for a fifth day, with President Trump tonight imploring Iran to surrender unconditionally. He warned US patience was wearing thin, saying there was no intention to kill Iran's supreme leader, as he put it. For now, Mr. Trump met with his National Security Council in the so-called Situation Room, leading to speculation that the US may be on the cusp of entering the war. Israel claims to have dealt heavy blows to the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, killing at least 3 top commanders, as well as other leading figures. In Israel, some 24 civilians have died in Iranian strikes.
Less than 24 hours ago, US President Donald Trump abruptly left the G7 summit in Canada. His focus, he said, was to find a real end to the Israel-Iran conflict, which has been raging since Friday. Now the world is waiting for his next move, after a series of social media posts in which he appeared to suggest a degree of US collaboration. We now have complete and total control of the skies over Iran, he posted. We know exactly where the so-called supreme leader is hiding, though he added the US would not kill him, at least not for now. Although the US has been a long-standing ally of Israel, Washington has not engaged directly in the Israel-Iran conflict so far. Tonight it is being reported the US is deploying additional fighter jets like these to the Middle East. A defensive move according to the Pentagon, but a development also likely to stoke fears of further escalation. Israel has already claimed to have dealt a major blow to Iran's military chain of command. Its latest target today was Ali Khamenei, Iran's most senior wartime commander, who had taken over the role after his predecessor was reportedly killed by Israel on Friday. In the capital, Tehran, Israel's expanded air campaign has forced thousands of residents to flee the city, as Iran says civilians are most impacted by the attacks.
The majority of those harmed in the past few days are women and children. These are all war crimes. They must be documented.
Tonight, the two sides continue to exchange missiles and fire as fears grow over the next steps in this new and brutal conflict. Kate Varley, RTÉ News.
Let's have a word with our Washington correspondent. Sean Whelan is standing by for us now. Sean, is this war against Iran about to intensify? Are we looking at what some Republicans are calling regime change?
Regime change has not been something that the Americans or the Israelis have specified as part of the action that's going on at the moment. They have always said this is about nuclear weapons and stopping Iran developing and possessing nuclear weapons, and that's it. Whether any regime change was to come about as a result of that happening, that's entirely up to the Iranian people. That was the message very clearly from the Israeli ambassador to Washington, delivered here a short time ago on national television. It's the same message from the Trump administration. They're not interested in regime change. They have a limited objective, and that is to stop the development of nuclear weapons by the Iranians. But you're right, we are in a very, very serious situation. That is why the Situation Room in the White House was called into being, with the National Security Council there, running the president, as we understand it, through options on what he could do. He could choose to do nothing. He could leave it to the Israelis. He could help the Israelis with additional assets in the area, or he could choose to go in support of the Israelis and deploy what is known as the bunker buster, a massive 15-ton bomb which only American planes can drop. We know aerial refueling tankers have been positioned into Europe over the weekend, about 30 of them. There's additional battleships have been moved closer to the region in support of any actions or to defend Israel. So the president has options. We understand his meeting in the Situation Room has ended a short time ago, and we're awaiting any further statements that may come this evening.
Sean Whelan in Washington, thank you.